My name is Gan-Ochir Zunduisuren, Managing Director of Asian Battery Metals, Mongolia-focused critical mineral explorer. So we are emerging a copper explorer and potentially a developer in the future. So I would like to introduce about our company and why it is a good value for investment. First of all, it's Mongolia. It is located right next to China, which is the largest producer of the EV and EV materials that's used in batteries and also in EVs. So its location is unbeatable for economic and logistical competitiveness. It is also quite underexplored, which provides upper hand for exploration companies like Asian Battery Metals, with its robust regulatory environment that's continue to support foreign investment in the country. And on top of that, our company has a number of projects in Mongolia. Our flagship project is OVO, copper nickel PGE project in southwest part of Mongolia. It is a brand new discovery that we made in 2024 for magmatic mafic intrusion related copper nickel sulfide. Country itself vastly improved over the last 15 years in logistical infrastructure and also in regulatory framework. There are a number of multiple companies operating from ASX and TSX listed companies in the country over the last few years. One of the examples are Oyu Tolgoi, which is probably the largest copper mining operation that came online over the last 10-15 years globally. As you can see, these are the new mines that opened in the country over the last 15 years, showing the robust legal framework and showing that Mongolia itself is a mature mine jurisdiction. As you can see from here, globally, China supplies 50% of the pure metal in pure metal form of the copper, but they produce only 9%. That actually shows there's a substantial demand for copper concentrate from China in the future. And there's a number of different studies, suggest there's a great demand future for copper in the future, quite in sustainable form. The company itself, I just mentioned. On top of that, we have a very proven team. So our team consists from Mongolian geologists and Mongolian business people who understands how to operate in the country and were part of the successful exploration and development team in the past. The latest update, the OVO discovery, it is a one-of-a-kind discovery that we made last year. It's a high-grade mineralization confirmed and in shallow depth and starts from the surface, indicating it is amenable for potentially future open pit operation. Lateral and depth extension is supported by latest drilling, and then we have intercepted massive sulfide mineralization in different zones of OVO. On top of that, key thing is really emerging regional potential with number of different targets emerging based on our geological and geophysical exploration. And we have raised capital in last February, so we are fully funded for 2025 to execute our strategy to evaluate and to show the large real potential of the OVO project to the market. Number of the intercepts we have, as I mentioned, we have continued to intercept massive sulfide, including and high-grade zones in our drill holes. One of the key, as you can see, we have quite a core of quite high-grade massive sulfide, usually more than 3 to 4% copper and more than 3% nickel, and plus PG 1 gram, more than 1 gram per ton PGE plus gold. And that's an incredible intercept for massive sulfide. But more importantly, massive sulfides are actually, massive sulfide itself is enveloped, surrounded by the net textured and high grade, heavy disseminated mineralization. As you can see here, usually we have 4 to 5 times larger higher grade mineralization in disseminated and net textured than massive sulfide. It is indicating there's a good tonnage potential for future potentially a mining operation. Most of the intercepts are quite shallow. Some of them start from the surface, high grade. Some of them lies in 100 meters below surface. Regional targets, as I mentioned, MS1. We have just discovered new ultramafic intrusion with weak sulfide intersected in the drill hole. But more importantly, this is a concealed geophysical target, and that also same for the MS2. We have intercepted right rock, so that actually expands our footprint of the ultramafic for future exploration almost for 5-folds. So it is a very exciting times for us in regional exploration in next few months. Very critical 3 months is coming for us. The assays from our phase 2 drilling are still pending, and then we are doing a first time a ground EM on this property. So for this type of mineralization, ground EM is a primary tool to identify those drill targets. We are hoping that the ground EM that's being completed by Gap Geophysics are going to provide us additional targets in our next round of drilling, which will commence right after the EM study finished. And then on top of that, our preliminary or initial metallurgical study will be back to us in July, and we will initiate our drilling close to end of the July and early August again. Why AZ9? It is in early stages of the discovery. So we're going to go on a great journey to show that this discovery is potentially economically or commercially important project in the future. And to deliver that, we will do our exploration. At this stage, contains high grade zones in the system, and the system itself is growing in all directions, depth, lateral, and also in regional sense. Then, strong convergence of the geophysics and correlation with the geology, indicating we have efficient tool, and we are well funded and extremely fast moving exploration is completed by us since our listing last June. And the projects are quite accessible, close to market, close to Chinese-Mongolian border, and in low-cost operating jurisdiction. Company snapshot. We have quite experienced board and experienced team operating in Mongolia. We are all together. We are quite comfortable to promote Mongolia as an investment destination and deliver on our strategic plan with efficient exploration.